And we are now recording. Okay, hello and welcome everyone. I'm Ann DeVere and this is Turn Your Show into Cash. This starts our season officially. Yes, last week we did meet the cast members and right now we are in the training mode. Today is all about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. It's all about choosing your role and getting yourself out there. And once you choose your role, how are you going to let your subconscious help you? Yeah. Are you going to let your subconscious help you, or is it going to get in your way? So that's part of what we're going to be talking about. So again, this is Turn Your Show into Cash. This is episode 1. And we're going to start with choosing your roles. And if you are joining us on Facebook, welcome everybody. And if you are on our audience participants, happy to have you with us. And here we go. We're going off to over the shoulder look. Hey, there we go. All right, again, reminding you that you don't have to be a star to start in your own TV show, because you are here, you're choosing to start in your own TV show. At least you're taking a first step towards it. And today is all about getting you set up. So, and I am going to go ahead and use my handy dandy. By the way, I'm going to be sharing a lot of, what I'm doing behind the scenes, keeping this casual. Remember, this is after all a reality TV show. So what I actually do with XSplit, I use the clicker that we use at presentations for the PowerPoint. That's how easy it is. There you go. So it makes it really easy. I don't have to click through anything. So you want to go get out that clicker that you've been using in presentations. Comes in really handy. Okay, so today's episode 1. It's all about positioning, and we're going to be talking about your celebrity mindset, stepping into your celebrity mindset. I'm going to talk with you about the reporter, journalist, guest expert, show host. Which one of those are you? And we're going to start up with the roles. Okay, so basically when you are choosing your roles, I'm going to go full screen with this. When you're choosing your roles, are you the reporter, the journalist, guest expert, or show host? There are a couple of things to consider. How much time do you have, and how vast is your knowledge? How do you specialize in this? So the easiest one to do is basically the reporter. So if you have very little time and you have basic knowledge, you can be a great reporter. Now, this also requires you to be an outgoing person, inquisitive, you like to ask questions. So if you are that person, then you can be a reporter. What does that mean? Well, here's the thing. If you're going to events, if you're showing up trade shows and places like that, where you're going to be anyways, and you see somebody interesting, you see something interesting that's going on, you just turn on your camera and start asking people questions. It doesn't take much time to start to think about it. It just means you have to be quick on your feet and be an outgoing person who's inquisitive by nature to begin with. So when you start looking at it from that perspective, you don't need any prep time. You don't really need any advanced knowledge. It helps if you know the industry, so you know what questions to ask. But all you have to do is you show up and ask people questions. Wow, that's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that? Well, how does this work? I really love this. So you actually become the voice of the audience. The best reporters are the ones who actually speak for us, because they can pretty much guess what we're thinking, what we want to know about it. Well, how do they know? Because they know the audience they want to serve. And we're going to be touching on this in next week's episode when you're identifying your ideal audience. But again, going back to today, is that you're going to be choosing, are you the reporter, are you the journalist, guest expert, or show host, or all of those? So again, starting off with, if you have minimal time and you're an outgoing person, with basic knowledge even, you can start off as a reporter. All right, so the next one is the journalist. The journalist, it requires a little bit more time. The journalist is the one who actually does some research, and they share their knowledge, they share their content. So that means you actually have to be sharing what you know, maybe doing some research and then giving your thoughts on what it is, because the journalist also covers the critic and the commentator. The journalist has 2 parts. So if you are a natural critic, we're going to talk about this next week as well, So this is all building up to each lesson builds towards the other. So if you are a natural critic when you are interacting with people. You like to give your opinion. If you're saying, oh, I don't like this, you don't waste your money on that, or this is really good, I give it 3 to 5 stars. You are the natural critic. The commentator shares their content, and they talk about their experience with something. It's more of sharing their knowledge. That's the difference between the critic and a commentator. Now, again, you don't need to have a lot of knowledge, because you can do research. It's good to have your own, but you can do research and share your knowledge. But you need to have more prep time to be the journalist. Okay, the guest expert. The guest expert is, hey, if you like to share your information with people, if you like to just get out there, and be the expert, be the focus of the interview, be the center of attention, you could be the guest expert. Now, the guest expert also is a kind of a person now who has a lot of knowledge. Okay, you have a lot of knowledge, and when you're being questioned, you come up with ideas. So when you're interacting with a reporter or a show host, they can literally pull out information from you because you have so much knowledge. So when you're interacting with a show host or a reporter who is really good at what they do, they can set you up to give a dynamic interview. So as the guest expert, you need minimal prep time because you already know your stuff. Okay, you know your stuff. You can do this in your sleep. As I say, wake you up 3 o'clock in the morning, ask you a question, you know the answer. So you're the perfect guest expert. But you do need to have advanced knowledge of this, because you don't want to get out there and be interviewed, and when you're asked a question, you're stumped. It's not going to make you look so good. So make sure you are clear on what you want to be interviewed on, what knowledge you want to share, and make sure you're prepared for that interview. Okay, so the next one is the show host. Well, the show host is actually basically all of them. The show host knows how to interview people. The show host knows how to be a commentator and a critic to share their knowledge. The show host also knows how to be a great guest expert, because the show host knows what it is to be a guest expert and how to interact with the guest experts to pull out the information. And pretty much 100% of the time, the show host is also going to be interviewed on other people's shows. That's kind of how it goes. Once people see you, they're going to ask you to be interviewed. So now there's a lot more, I go deeper on this in your training. Okay, if make sure you go in your training. This is the overview today I'm doing. I go deeper into this on how to choose, how much time you have and all that stuff, how many hours a week, all that. It's in your training. So go watch the rest of the videos on the guest expert, show host, and critic. What is your on-camera role? So if you guys want to go ahead and put in the chat which one of those are you, our audience member participants, and those of you who are watching on Facebook, go ahead and put in which one of the 4 are you? Are you the reporter, the journalist, the guest expert, or the show host? Okay, so we're going to be touching on this later. And by the way, this is the one I go deeper into it, how many hours on my stuff. I'm not going to go into it right now because we don't have a whole lot of time for that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to step into your celebrity self. So can you see yourself out there? Do you see yourself as a celebrity? Chances are you don't. You might think, oh, that might be fun. Hey, I see celebrities. Who is a celebrity? Well, celebrity is somebody who's known in a community. Okay, it's that simple. If you've ever walked into a room, let's say a networking room that everybody knows you, walk in a room, you're like, hey, there's Terry, or there's James, or there's Lynn. Oh, you got to meet Lynn. You got to meet James. People are dragging people over to you just to introduce. You're a celebrity in that room. Okay, it's that simple. So think about a time when you felt like a celebrity. You walked in, everybody knew you, and they couldn't wait to introduce people to you. That's what it feels like. Now, having said that, I have discovered there is a such thing called the reluctant celebrity syndrome. I coined this, okay, just because working with people, I work with the expert next door. We've been doing this for over 10 years, and believe me, while people love the idea of being on TV, just getting out there in a big way, they find all kinds of excuses not to show up. There's this internal push-pull thing going on. They always find excuses like, oh, I got to lose 10 pounds, because camera puts on 10 pounds. Or, oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I don't have the time. All the stuff that comes on, you know, because you don't want to get on camera. If the thought of getting on camera makes you like, oh my God, I'm excited, I don't know what to do back and forth, you're suffering from a reluctant celebrity syndrome. How do I know? Because I did it myself. People kept telling me, and when is your show going to go? I'm like, oh, you know, I just love, you know, working with others, and I love taking people into the studio. I'm more behind a camera person. And one of my clients told me, you know what? Enough. You're suffering from reluctant celebrity syndrome. So you better get over it. I'm like, oh my God, you are right. Well, so what is it? How do you get over it? And there are some exercises you can do with this. The bottom line is that you actually just think about what's your biggest challenge. And then you get your logical mind to help you through it. So I'll give you one example. And during our live events, which all, you know, those of you who are in this, you're going to be coming to our 2-day intensive. Boy, we have some amazing exercises that are like going to break through this barrier to the point where, I mean, I've had people who are crying, and after we did at least one of these exercises, they're ripping the mic out of my hand to get on stage. So we do have all of this. But I'm going to give you an example for those of you who are working on it right now. And some of you may not be able to join us for some months, so I'm just going to give you one example. It's really pretty simple. So let's take the one that I get most often. People say, well, the camera puts on, 10 pounds, so I need to go lose some weight. Well, let me ask you this. When was the last time you were having a conversation with somebody who was sharing some great information with you and said, stop, go home, lose 20 pounds, come back and I'll listen to you? Doesn't happen, does it? Yeah. Here's the news for you. Nobody cares how much you weigh. They only care about you and what you're sharing. Okay? So think about all the excuses you're coming up with. You know, if you're like, you don't know what to say, guess what? You're in a program that's going to show you what to say. You don't know about technology, guess what? You're in a program that's going to give you the technology. You don't know how to make money, guess what? You're in it. So all you have to do is do your homework. We're going to overcome it. But again, it's a psychological thing. So tapping into the mindset for you to overcome and be able to get excited, we're going to tap into the logical mind and the emotional. Okay, you need both of them working together for you. So let's look at the logical mind first of all, because if your logical mind does not, help you, the emotional is going to, not work with it. So first of all, let's look at the global visibility. Okay, there are two ways to do this. One is reactive global visibility. The other one is proactive global visibility. So what do you think this is? What's reactive? What's proactive? You guys already know the answer to this. So reactive global visibility, I'm actually going to go full screen on this. Let me see. There we go. So reactive global visibility is launching your web TV show and waiting for something to happen. And I know a lot of us do that. We're like, oh, I got my video there. 1 million people are going to come and watch it. And nothing happens, right? So then there is the proactive global visibility. This is when you strategically plan the multi-channel publicity exposure of your web TV show. It's that simple. A TV show is like anything else you do in your business, okay? People aren't going to come knocking on your door, so you need to have a plan to promote your show. Who's going to see it? Who should see it? Who is it going to help? Then you approach the networks that does it. So that means you need to have a plan, you need to have strategy, and that's what this whole program is about. So let's see about showcasing your business. First you have to decide: do you want to be global? Do you want to be national? Do you want to, a local audience? It's that simple, because right now with Facebook and everything else where you can choose your audience, you can be very specific. You can be in like a micro area. I mean, that specific you can get. So choose, where do you want to be? And the other thing you need to know is that if you can take your messaging and turn it into anything you want. If you ever said, gee, I wish I could clone myself, guess what? This is it. This is as good as it gets, because you can take your videos and turn them into your marketing team. You can take your videos and interviews, turn them into your sales force. And of course, the training. This is it. The training is a big part of it. So you can actually have a whole training, staff to be, to take care of your clients. So you can have hundreds or thousands of you running around all over the globe. Okay? Just picture that. Talk about cloning yourself. This is it. This is as close as you're going to get to it, unless science comes up with something amazing in the next 100 years or so. But anyway, so bottom line is that you get to choose, okay, how do you want to live your life? What is it that you want to do? You can actually broadcast live, or pre-record it from anywhere across the globe. Technology has given us that. Do you want to spend some time with your family? Is what you're doing related to how to have a happier family, how to live a longer lifestyle? You can actually go spend some time with your family doing things and sharing those with your followers, sharing those on your show. Are you about leisure? Do you like to do you like to spend some time, doing things you enjoy and also educating people at the same time? I tell you what, you can probably get some of the most amazing interviews with playing golf with people or sitting at a country club interviewing people. I know that there's a lot of country clubs and some of the higher end clubs around here. The ones who are inviting me to meet them at the club, I know that we're going to have some fun. So it makes it more fun. So think about it. What is it that you want to do? And then invite people to do it. Okay. So do you want to attend your kids' sports shows? I can't think of a better place to relate what's happening in your business with what's happening in sports. I mean, there's so many ways you can actually give examples of how sports relates to business. Just to say a few. You want to travel the world? The TV show is perfect for traveling the world. As actually you've heard me say, I'm putting together my 1-year tour around the globe. Guess what? I'm going to the countries I want to go to. I'm going to be doing training for the first 2 weeks, and I'm going to be having fun the next 2 weeks. I get to choose, and so do you. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to do it with? Okay, so now we're going to actually really tap into, I hope you guys are getting excited over this. I can't see the chats, but please, as you're getting thoughts with this, as you're getting ideas, like what do you want to do? What are some of the things you want to do? How would having your TV show make it easier for you? Stop thinking about this stuff, because there's a test coming up. Okay, so here we go. Now, the power of what's in it for me. Now we're really tapping into getting the cooperation of your mind, okay? So what is it that is going to be doing? I'm going to go full screen over here. It's time for us to slow down a little bit and for you to start thinking, okay? Because we're going on a journey now, okay? Why are you doing this? Why would you want to spend your time with me? Why would you want to be spending your time in a business that you're in? Why would you want to create this TV show? Why are you doing this? Okay, so you need to go into what's in it for me. Why? Why? That's the big question. Okay, so here we go. I want you to think of a time in your life when getting something or being with someone was so important to you that you couldn't think of anything else. You were totally consumed. Chances are there was a person somewhere along the lines, in your life that you just couldn't stop thinking about them. Okay, think about it. Or was there something yet you really wanted to do? Okay, you know what that feels like? You got a vision, you got the feeling. You can probably feel the tension, the excitement, the emotional pull, just by me asking this. Okay, so think about that. Okay. I want you to really feel the power of your emotions with it. Okay? Guess what? You just visualize. I have people telling me, you know what, I don't do visualization. Yes, you do. Every minute or every day you do visualization. Every time you think about something, you're visualizing. It is that simple. So visualization is a big part of us getting what it is that we want. Definitely. You plan first. We do it again. We do it every single day. And I'm going to show you that's, you're actually doing it every day. So think about having a meal. Before you have a meal, you think about what it is that you want. Okay? You think about, okay, what kind of food do I want? You're already getting visuals of the food. Okay, let's say I want Italian food or I want seafood. You're getting images. Your body is telling you what it is that you want. You can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you know. So then you decide what you're going to do. Okay, then he's like, oh, well, I think I'm going to go to a restaurant, you know, and go ahead and order this because you already know exactly what you want and where it is, and you're going to head straight for it. Or you're going to maybe cook it yourself. Okay, so right there, you're planning, you're visualizing every single day on what you're going to do with every decision you make. So I want you to be more intentional with it, okay? So basically, you can do the same thing with your business, with every aspect of your business, with everything within, you know, what you're doing, especially with the TV show, because visualization is going to play a big part in this, because you're going to start tapping into ideas, creative ideas, and interact with people that are so, you know, so advanced in their thoughts, in their areas. You're going to be interacting with them. They're going to start inspiring you. You're going to start thinking bigger. You're going to be visualizing. So now we want to start thinking about, now go back to, okay, why are you doing this? Okay, why are you doing this? Now, I want to start with thinking about what I call bring the future to the present. Remember just a minute ago, I asked you to think about, you know, what is it that you're doing? What are some of the things you'd like to do to bring it into your show? Okay, so pick one thing. All right, pick one thing, one of those things that's really important to you. Okay, so now think about why. What does success mean to you? What is it exactly that you want to do? Okay, because here's the thing, success is so much more than making money. Success is being fulfilled. Success is being, you know, tapping into whatever ideas that you have and making them come true, whether it's for you or for others. So what does success look like for you? What are the things you need? So I want you to start with, since we're talking about business here, you know, how much money have you made? Let's say it's 5 years from now. Okay, it's 5 years from now. You have all the time and the money to do anything you want. Okay, your show is successful. You're out there. You have millions of viewers. People love you, and they just can't get enough of you. And you know, business is booming. What is it? What is it that you've done? Okay, how much money have you made? Let's be very specific. How much money have you made? Okay, everybody have a number? Okay, so now we're going to start backtracking from there. Okay, what have you done with that money? The question's for you. Right? Have you bought a new house? If it's a yes, put a check mark next to it. Have you bought maybe your dream car or your dream boat? Have you taken a trip around the world and with your family or by yourself or whatever you like? Okay, maybe you want to tell your spouse they can quit their job. Maybe you want to put your kids through college. Okay, what if you want to just cut your working days to like maybe 2 days? 3 days? Okay, what have you done with it? So what have you done with that money? Because here's the thing, we don't make money for the sake of making money. This is a really important thing for you to know. We don't make money just to have money. We make money to spend money. You don't believe me? The questions that I asked you, what have you done with that money? What do you think you do with the money once you get the money for the house? You spend it. What do you think you do with the money once you decide you're going on vacation? You spend it. We don't make money to have money. We make money to spend money. So next time you start thinking about it, whoa, what am I going to do? I'm making money. Think about it. This is really important. Once you get this for yourself, this is really important that you know you're thinking about the people you're interacting with also. We're not afraid of spending money. We're afraid of making a bad decision. Okay? So think about that. What have you done with the money that you got? Buying that house, sending your kids to college, makes you feel empowered, makes a difference in your life, makes a difference in the people's life you love. Okay, so now just quickly as we're going to be wrapping this up and then go into our cast members, I want you to think about the difference web TV will make for you. Okay, so just a thought, just ask yourself, what is the difference web TV will make for me? What is it that you're going to be getting from this? Why are you doing this? Okay, because next week we're going to go fully into you Planning your show. Next week, you're going to have the whole blueprint for your show. So you need to know why you're doing this. Why are you doing, why do you want to go and create your web TV show? What's it going to do for you? Okay, so jot down a couple of things. And I love this quote, so I'm going to go full screen with this. A lot of you probably have heard this before, but here it is. Okay, you may want to take this quote and put it somewhere where it's visible for you. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth that ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, rising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance which no one could have dreamed would have come his way. Now, there are two people that are accredited with this, okay? One is Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and W.H. Murray, and they're both accredited, but I believe Johann was the one because he was around first. So, but anyways, this is amazing. So what this means is that when you commit, this is what you're going to do. It's going to succeed no matter what. Everything shows up for you. The help you need, the money you need, everything, the ideas you need, everything you need will show up for you. So you're committing to taking what you have and sharing it with the world, everything's going to show up for you. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to go back to the question that I'd love to ask. You know, I asked you at the end of last one. What will happen when the world sees you for who you really are? What will happen? Okay, what will happen when they know how brilliant and gifted you really are and you have the answer they've been looking for? What will happen in their lives? What will be the impact on your life? What will be the impact on the people you love, on the people you serve? Okay, this is it. Okay, decide how you want to play. And today I gave you the choice. You know, you can actually do, you can show up and you can be a reporter, stop there where you are, or if you're already posting on Facebook and sharing information or wherever you're doing on your blogs, and start there, but make a decision where you're going to start and start today. So that's the commitment. Anyway, so this is the overview of the training. Those of you who have it, you got the homework, go in the members area and watch the rest of the videos because I go deeper. And if nothing else, you're going to be able to hear some of the things from a different perspective. And this exercise you can do over and over again, because wherever you are today, you're going to, if you do it a year from now, you're going to be in a different place. You're going to have different plans, but the exercise still works. Okay, so now having said that, we're going to go into our cast members. Let's see, who do we have? Michael, yeah, he had to leave. He said he was going to be here short period of time on the road. So then let's see our cast members. Who wants to go first? You get to pick. I need a hand. Oh, I see you, Terry. I love the enthusiasm. Okay, well that you are. Oh, that you're on, Terry. Go for it.
All right. So, what would you like me to discuss or address? I'm ready to roll.
Okay. So here's the way we're doing it now. Is doing this again. Okay. Now, interesting. I have to figure out why this is not responding the way I was. So I have to click through whoever's going to be on the screen because it usually does it automatically. Okay, so here's cast members. You know, thanks for asking that, Terry. I totally forgot to give you instructions, didn't I? Okay. That would help. It would help. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Everybody who's watching, you're supposed to be taking notes and things as you're going through the homework. Now, if you didn't get a chance to go through the homework, I just gave you a recap. So what are some of the things that jumped out at you? So in this case, it would be very specifically, okay, what have you decided as far as reporter, guest, expert, show host? What is your own camera role? What distinctions have you got? And also then, moving on to, the mindset, the logical mind, and what I just covered, what jumped out at you. And if you have any questions that, we can do some laser coaching, you want to share, well, we can even have our other cast members chime in. So it's basically, you're on the hot seat, Terry, and I call it the spotlight. I don't call it a hot seat, it's the spotlight.
Like
You're in the spotlight.
Okay, I'll take the spotlight. Thank you. So I have given thought to this. While I can play all of the different pieces, reporter, journalist, blah, 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 I really believe I'm show host. I've been running radio shows and podcasts for many years in that role. So I know how to be the guest expert. I know how to be the interviewer, the reporter, the journalist, and that's really what I see myself as. I can tell you why I'm doing it, because I have thought about that. I want to serve more people. I have a movement called the Heartrepreneur Movement, teaching people to do business heart to heart and to make a lot of money while serving people doing it. And I have a vision and a mission of hundreds of thousands of heartrepreneurs created over the next 5 years. So as I can gain more global visibility, I'd like to have more people follow the Heartrepreneur Movement and join and do business heart to heart. And I also have a foundation for children with reflexive sympathetic dystrophy that is where I spend the bulk of my money. So most of the money I earn actually goes out to that foundation. So the more visible I am, the more people I help, and the more people that can help others, the more income I have to be able to support the children who need help in the foundation. So those are a few things. And then the last piece is, in terms of mindset, I have to tell you, Ann, I'm just super stoked. I'm really excited. I have shared on social media a little bit about what's coming and that I'm looking for guests to interview. And there's all kinds of momentum that has gotten created and excitement, and people who are applying and sending me videos to be interviewed on the show and helping me pick a name for the show. So I'm mentally really set and ready to go and really excited to be part of this.
Wow, awesome. Okay. So, and actually kind of reminds me, thanks for sharing it all over the place, by the way, because we're looking to really get this out there in a big way. And we're building a following for our cast members as well as our audience participants. So I'm actually thinking about coming up with different prizes for people to want to share even more. So if you have suggestions on, what you'd like to get as a prize for sharing it, and you have suggestions on some of the ways we can get the word out there in a big way, go ahead and share it with us right there in our members area. So thanks for bringing that up. So I love that you already have, your momentum going and you're stoked. Like, I don't know how to help you right now because you have everything done. So this is supposed to be laser coaching. You totally got me out of the, I can leave now.
Well, I'm looking forward. This is where I'm going to need some help. I am not good with technology. It's not my thing. I have a PC that I'm borrowing. I'm an Apple gal, so I have loaded up XSplit. And when we get to that, I am going to need some help because I tried to play with it and I'm like, I'm going to need some help there. So that's where I'm going to need some help.
Well, yeah, we're definitely going to get there. As a matter of fact, cast members, we are going to be doing our 101 to set you up to at least set up the lights right now. Terry, what you're describing, they're using the XSplit and all that, that comes in episode 4.
Perfect.
That comes in episode 4? Yeah, episode 4. And so there's a whole training on how to use the XSplit the way I'm doing. But before that, everybody, I want you to also pay attention to this. there are 3 weeks before that, and the content you create, you want to look your best. So I'm going to actually set up time with each one of our cast members where I will probably be recording what I'm walking them through. I mean, I literally have people pick up their laptop, walk around the room. I'm like, oh, stop, turn around in front of that wall, put it down, go get a lamp, put it in front of you. And this is for people who don't have their equipment. So you're going to get a lot of training on that. But now getting back to Terry, to your show, I guess you really don't need anything, right? I mean, you're all set.
So far. Thank you. I'm good today. I just thought I would share and bring you up to speed as to where I'm at and my enthusiasm level.
Okay. Well, what I do like about what you said is everybody, you're going to need support to get this out there. So share on social media. What is it that you're doing, what you're looking for? You'll be surprised the way people will come up and support you. And you want a big hint here? Put it on social media. Listen, I'm starting my web TV show and I'm looking for guest experts. Are you interested? I can tell you that first time I tested this, it was 4 years ago when everybody was not doing web TV shows. You know, I sent out, it was 500 messages on LinkedIn, targeted specifically. I got 486 responses immediately. Now it's more, a lot more people are doing web TV. At that time, nobody was doing it. So I'm guessing that, today the response would be a little bit less. But that's the easiest way to tap into people. And we're going to be talking about this later, okay? And in your marketing episode 6. So Terry, thanks for sharing that great tip and reminding us. And it does work, so everybody do it. So who do we have next? Let's see. Lynn, I see you. Okay, you are unmuted and you are on.
Thank you. And I am about as excited or maybe even more excited than Terry. I loved her share though. I could almost say ditto what Terry shared because I've been in these spaces. I've been the reporter, the journalist, doing the research and being the critic, and even to the degree of the Dr. Oz and reviewing products and services of other people, and the guest expert. And I have 2 things that I focus on as the guest expert, and that's leadership as far as business development and crowdfunding. And so, as the show host, I'm totally all of those pieces and parts. Bringing it all together, I really get juiced around the thinking and the teaching around crowdfunding, especially where business owners are able to raise funds now from a regular go to the crowd type crowdfunding and equity crowdfunding, which, a little more than a year ago wasn't available to most small businesses. It was too costly and you needed too large of an investment to go the equity route. So now I really feel a greater platform for me to speak and teach and interview and share. And my big thing is crowdfunding. Really working with socially conscious businesses, helping them to get out in the spotlight so that people can see not only what they're doing in business and how they're helping their clients and customers, but also how they're helping others, like Terry with her foundation. One of the things that I do is help others to get their 501c3 started. I have a lot of people who come to me and say, I want to start a 501c3. How do I do that? And I ask about their business. Well, if your business isn't doing enough to help fund your nonprofit, how are you thinking nonprofit? So there's so much for me in this space. And I can honestly tell you that probably if I have ever had anything to deal with, it's been in that celebrity syndrome space, because I've always told myself, or I've always listened a little bit to that voice that said, oh, really? Really? And I've made it a lot more difficult for myself than it needed to be. I'm very confident in being the expert in my space. And so I've And thank you. I want to say thank you, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is part and parcel to what we've been doing in developing a crowdfunding opportunity for those who want to get their show going. Whether it's raising money to do the training, raising money to do your promotional marketing, or raising funds to do something that's important to you. And for me, it really is about looking at how to shift the mindset around crowdfunding. A lot of people say, oh, crowdfunding, no, because it's begging. No, it's not begging. It's putting yourself out there to say, I'm doing this important work. And my thing is, my crowdfunding works, WORX. With others, results are exponential. Team. Terry's got her force behind her that's supporting her. And those who make crowdfunding successful or do successful campaigns are ones who have that kind of support network. So
Awesome.
I think you can tell I'm ready.
Yeah, I can tell you're stoked about your crowdfunding. So and I'm thrilled. And by the way, everybody, we have started a global visibility initiative where it's we'll be raising funds every 30 days to support a TV show. Okay, so you're going to be hearing a lot about this. But and I love working with Lynn. She's absolutely brilliant. But Lynn, we got to bring this back to you. Why are you doing this? To bring the future to the present. How is this going to impact in your life? So our life is so much more than our business. And this is something, by the way, I find very common. And I've been in that trap myself. We're so focused on getting the business out there, doing all that. But how is it impacting your life? What is this going to do for your life? What do you see yourself doing? How are you enjoying your life? What have you done with the money that you made? Remember, it's 5 years in the future, and you have all the time and the money to do anything you want. What are you doing with your life?
Well, and that I've been thinking about that too. And I am a trendsetter. I am a trailblazer. It really took me back to the early 80s when I became one of the first Black fitness instructors in the state. And because of it, I saw other Black women getting inspired to not just work out, but to become more. And I'm really doing this because I've got a heart for women in business. And my family, my daughter's an entrepreneur. She's got a job, but she's got a little side thing. My grandson is looking at me and saying, Mia, what are you doing? Well, I want to be able to be in the space of really showing them by having them participate more with me in what it is that I'm doing. And traveling, the doing business with travel. I'm on a lot of boards, and I'm encouraging them to do their annual board meetings in very nice places, and I want to go. So 5 years from now, I see myself in the millionaire multi-space, and really using that to support my lifestyle as well as to do more for others with scholarships. And while I thought for a long time I wanted to have a nonprofit, there are so many nonprofits to help and support. I think that is part of what I'm going to be doing as well, supporting others who are supporting others.
Awesome, Lynn. Well, thank you. Okay, well, yeah, I see you're inspired and totally there. And I love the idea of holding events in places I want to go to too. So we're going to hang together. Okay. Okay. So, James, it brings us to you. You are on.
Ladies, thank you firstly for sharing your wonderful insights. Very inspiring, and I'm really privileged to be part of the cast, to be obviously led and inspired by everyone else on as cast members. So thank you, and thank you, Anne. So my thought process is obviously got to be show host. There's no other. show host is me, all written all over this face, and really excited to do that role within my TV program. And what that looks like is, for me, it's about leading, teaching, and inspiring. Those three words are a different energy on different levels. And that's what I'll be doing in the real estate and the property business space. So many businesses out there, particularly in those two sectors, they get into what I call the grind, into the trenches. And what I want to do is to get them by the scruff of the neck and pull them up out of the trench and go, look, there's the goalposts, and have fun, have passion, and inspire people to go, you know what? As a community and what I call as a tribe, we can all come together to learn off each other, share some passion, share some fun, and kick some goals at the same time. So that's my intention of creating the web TV series and platforms. The reason why is obviously to have some fun with it, to inspire others, to spread the message, and more to also to learn from others. There's so much information, knowledge, and expertise across the globe that if we can pick up, a couple of gems across the way, then that one little gem could spark someone to grow a huge nation, a huge business that could actually inspire others to do the same. Obviously, the why I'm also doing this is obviously leverage of time, financial independence, which is also important to me, and the opportunity to travel, to meet like-minded people, and just to share the message out there across the globe. So I've gone through the homework, Anne, so thank you very much. Set some cool goals in relation to what that 5-year plan looks like, and really looking forward to rolling up the sleeves and getting stuck into it.
Awesome. Well, I love the enthusiasm. I love the excitement. Yeah, I totally agree with you. You are definitely a show host, and I just got a vision of you pulling people by the neck and saying, "Here it is." I'm like, okay, you're going whether you like it or not. You will succeed whether you like it or not. Okay. So now, James, bringing it back to you, what is this going to do for you? What have you done with the money that you've made? What's empowering you and getting you out there? How's it going to affect you, your family? What is it? What's this all about for you? It's 5 years from now. You got all the time and the money to do anything you want. What are you doing?
Yeah, this has really set me up financially. So what that enables me to do is obviously spend a lot more time with the family. I think for me, what's really important is family and spending quality time with them, watching the kids grow up, being coach at their sports and going into listening to their reading at school, the little things that inspire me that can make a real difference for my close network. And also for me, it's about the recognition of making a change to the greater good. If we can inspire people to make change, then internally for me, that lights me up. And so that's that giving back. So if I can help others, in turn, that actually helps me on an internal value system. So that's really important to me as well.
Awesome. Excellent. Okay, so cast members, are there any comments? This week's is pretty simple. It's just, but are there any questions? No. Okay. So, well, thank you so much. I'm psyched. I can't wait to see your shows. And audience member participants, we are going to be opening the doors for you to come up and ask a question, share what you're doing. So let's see. I'm going to go here. If you want to come on, let's see. Can you raise your hand? Or actually, you know what? Let me just bring in. I'm just going to bring you in one at a time. Let's see. Karen, we're going to bring you in first. Come on in, Karen. You are on. Karen? Yep, you should be in there. Oh, there you are. Okay, you're muted. Okay, there you are, Karen. The same question goes to you, okay?
Oh, definitely the show host. It just goes without saying. But what I'm all about is, as I said last week, it's all about inspiring people, not just women, but I mainly work with women, to actually, as you said, Anne, and I loved your quote, our life is so much more than just our profession or our business. And, you know, when I was a CFO, I was so much into just my professional life. And, you know, I had to have a couple of tragic events happen for me to actually wake up. So, and that's what I'm about, inspiring people to understand there's 9 areas of your life and you've got to spend time in all of them. And that's what my show will all be about. And I'm so excited about it.
Awesome. Okay. So anything else you want to share? Any question you have?
No more
Okay.
questions. I did the homework, which was really good, which is great. I just love the way that you've brought it all together, because what you believe just can stop you or can make you go forward so quickly. And it's all about understanding that if you can think it, you can do it. So just go and do it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So everybody, this is the first step. Okay. This week is just about you being able to think bigger. Next week, you're going to love next week, because it's really going to lay out exactly what your show is going to be and all the different layers. Okay. So set aside some time next week. It's like, some weeks are easier than others, and I do my best to simplify them as much as possible. I don't see anybody else's hand up. Let's see. Who wants to come on? Okay, Petra. Okay? Trish and Petra. Okay, so Trish, let's get you on, and Petra, you'll be on next. Okay, Trish, you're on. You are muted. Let's get you unmuted. Okay, nope, hold on. There we go.
All right, I'm unmuted. That's great. Well, I'm Trish Sampson, and for years I've been a graphic designer and web designer, and I'm focused on social media at this part of my career. But I also have a love for the coast and cooking and culture. And what I would like to do is intermix some of that with my TV show. And bring people to places that they might not otherwise go. And after I've shown it to them, they just might. So I think I'm trying to figure out how to integrate the social media and the regional cultures and the work that I do, and helping people to get there.
Well, that's going to help you a lot next week. So this week is all about you putting together your vision. You know, why do you want to have a show? How is it going to serve you? Again, the same question is 5 years from now. Life is good. You got all the time and the money you want. What are you doing with it? That's the question you want to answer right now, because that's what you're going to be needing to inspire you to step through every step of the way and do everything you need to do to get there. That's, keeping a goal in mind, making that commitment. So what are you doing 5 years from now that you're going to start doing in 2 months from now?
I'm traveling around the coastal regions and interviewing people. And I have my family with me. I have also a real soft spot in my heart for technology. So I want to do what I can to support STEM. I want to do a lot to give back in that way. For those of you who don't know what STEM is, it's science, technology, mathematics, and engineering. And it's really cool, especially educating women in STEM. So I have an interview tomorrow with a young girl who was born in the heart of the Amazon jungle, and how she's come to the States and just did a STEM project, and now she's doing incredible medical research. So that's kind of an exciting thing, and it's a way to give back, because in another 20 years or even 10 years, there will not be enough people to fill the technology jobs. So I think we need to give our young people a leg up. So that's my give back. My have fun is travel around with my family, eat good, and teach people how to cook and learn how to cook regional cuisine. And kind of make it a balance of work and play.
I love it. There you go. See, you guys. I mean, we have an amazing group of people who want to make an impact on a globe. I mean, really, on a global level. So I just wait until the things you're going to be finding out and discovering, and wait until once you get within the interacting with the other members across the globe, amazing things are going to happen. So Trish, thank you for sharing all that, and I love what you're doing, and man, I can't wait to see the impact. So Petra, you have your hand up, and we're going to bring you into the room now. Hello. Petra, let's see, where are you? There you are, Petra. Okay, unmuted, you are on.
Hi guys, good morning. Good morning from Australia. I'm so excited to finally catch you on live as well with these time zones. Well, I am definitely a show host. I have been doing my podcast interviews and talking with really inspiring people around the whole world, and people from very different diverse backgrounds, and essentially shining a light on really kind of stigma or dogma issues in a very playful, fun, relaxed way, and putting the human face onto issue, and their personal story. So that's been absolutely wonderful, and that's why I think I can completely do it do the show. It's very exciting.
Well, it is very exciting. So tell us, again, the same question. Why are you doing this? What is it doing for you? If we don't take care of ourselves first, feed ourselves emotionally, spiritually, financially, we can't feed others. So what do you do? Why are you doing this? It's 5 years from now. You have all the time and the money to do anything you want. Why are you doing this?
Well, I'm doing this because I feel called to do this. I feel called to share my lessons, from my kind of short and very hard life with the humanity. And I feel very called to bring the humanity and awareness and love, if you like, in people. So I feel like I have no choice but really put myself out there and start spreading really awareness and knowledge with humanity. I am passionate about a lot of areas, so it's all part of my lifestyle. So in 5 years, I'm from Prague, from Czech, and I live in Australia. I see myself traveling the world, spending more time in Czech with my family, have a freedom of movement, have my son, because I'm a single parent, have my son traveling with me and teaching him more about the world and life, and also helping people around me, becoming my team and making their life better. Now with my show being successful, I really would love to make an impact in teaching people self-sustainable, life, not just on the very base level, but kind of bring them back the awareness of skills, the mastery of life, in the spiritual, in the physical sense, in the communication, and the really art of being sense. So that would probably, I always wanted to have my own foundation. So that would be part of it. And I'm very big about empowering people. So that is my big vision.
Excellent. Okay, well, love it. And I love the vision, where you're going, what you're doing. And I don't know if everybody noticed, but we're not hearing any, major multi-million-dollar amounts just for the sake of making money. It's all about, spending time with family and making a difference in others' worlds. You see the common thread in all of us,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. Casey, you are on. Would you like to join us? Yeah, you want to share? Let's see. Okay, you're on, Casey. Go for it.
Hello, my name is Casey Shaw, and let's see, the question, show host. I definitely resonate with doing all of the roles, and I just love connecting in all forms, And I love asking people questions and sharing wisdom and guiding and facilitating. My why is to facilitate conscious connection for the sake of healing and unity. And I work with a global organization called Earthwalk along with Lynn. And I'm sort of here as a, I believe part of my mission is to shine the light on the darkness in a gentle, loving way so that we can all really befriend ourselves. And I believe that as we go on that journey, we pave the way for others to do the same. And so for me, it's all about co-creation and liberation and really just participating in this wave of evolution that's taking place on this planet. As far as 5 years from now, I have been dreaming about having like a fleet of sustainable jets that are also boats and a bus, and just traveling the world and offering up really powerful unity events and like acupuncture points on the planet for healing and transformation. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Well, excellent. My goodness. Okay, the fleet of boats and buses. Not just one. We're talking a fleet. Now that's thinking big. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Raise your hand if you want to come in and share what you're doing. If you don't
And
share, nobody's
planes.
going to know about it.
And planes. Don't forget planes.
Oh,
Now-
we can't forget
That's
planes.
right.
I love it.
I'm so sorry I missed the plane. Okay.
So
Okay.
remember the name, Earthwalk.
Yeah. So let's see. We have a little bit more time now. I'm gonna go switch over to, nobody else is raising their hand in this space. We're gonna switch over. I'm just gonna just jump over on the Facebook page, and let's see something. There are a few people there with comments. Let's see. Where I just gotta get the. Let's see if we can get some of the other people in here. That would be kind of fun, right? We'll switch over from Facebook to live, you know, so because they can't interact with us in Facebook, but we can actually bring them in here. Let's see what we can do. Guys, we're gonna have some fun here, right? Here we go. Let me see how this works. So anybody else want to share anything while I'm doing this? I'm kind of having fun with this at this point. Let's see.
It is. Jeanette McPetrie. I hope I'm pronouncing her
Oh,
name.
Jeanette, cool. Where are you?
I don't.
Let's
She's-
get her in. I don't know if she's on camera. Let's see. Oh,
She's
Jeanette
on
is
Facebook.
awesome. Hold on a second. Let me.
Her success is following her passion, and I just would love to hear what her passion is.
Well, let's see. Here, click on this. Join us on video. Okay, let's see. You guys, if you have the chance now, you better join in, because we have we're going to start promoting this like big time.
Back.
Yeah.
There she is.
Okay. Yeah, my computer didn't like me doing so many things at the same time. So so Trish, you have the direct link, right? Maybe you can go in there and post that there. And
I will. You know what? I don't have. Well, do I?
Okay. Here's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to. I'm sending this directly to you. Okay, so copy and paste it on Facebook. And Lynn, do you want to take a look at some of the comments that we have? Maybe we can answer some questions or discuss it.
I am looking now.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right. So while you're looking, let me do this. Talk a little bit more about what's happening here. Okay, everybody. This is again, right this week. It's all about getting you set up. Now, share what you're doing, with everybody around you, because part of this is for people to get excited about it. I call it the Hollywood kind of marketing. Before a movie is released, 6 months to a year in advance, we're hearing about it's coming. It hasn't even been fully edited. We hear about the movie that's coming. Now, what do you think would happen if the movie was released and we hadn't heard anything about it? It was already in theaters. What do you think the chances are of the movie actually succeeding? Slim to none. Because the marketing makes it. So as you're creating this, as you're putting this together, tell people about what you're doing, what you have planned, and build a following. Get people excited about it, just like Terry is doing, asking people, what do you think of the TV show? What do you think of the show name? And when people are sending in videos to be on. So start using some of the ideas that you're hearing right here. And as we're going through this, each one of the cast members is sharing some great information. I'm only one part of this training. The cast members and the other people who are sharing, who are showing up, asking questions, getting the laser coaching, each one is bringing in their own ideas in different ways. And also think about it this way. Even if it's not in your industry, it doesn't mean you can't use it in your industry. So listen and what people are saying, and oftentimes using a marketing strategy or an idea in an industry that's different than where it's been already working does amazing things. So if somebody's, let's say, marketing online programs, you can take the same idea and market a restaurant. There are many different ways of doing it. All you have to do is customize it. You bring fresh, new perspective. Start thinking about the things from a different perspective. There's so many things you can do if you just open your mind, and that's what this program is about. A big part of what I do, what makes my training really powerful, is because I actually bring in content from different venues and different industries. Like right now, what you're learning is a combination of me bringing in content and training, technology and ideas from traditional television. It's also part of, I bring in business, traditional business growth and marketing principles. And of course, with web TV, what's happening on web TV with technology, and the XSplit is a is a perfect example of that. But the way we're putting it together is it's designed to work in any industry. It's designed to work on web TV, and guess what? Web TV is everybody. NBC is on web TV. YouTube is on web TV. You are on web TV. Right now, we're living at a time where we're toe-to-toe against the giants. We're in the same space. So this is what I want you to think about. Open your mind and, yes, listen to what I'm saying. Yes, do your homework. Put in the ideas that you already have. But I want you to get out of that this is the way I do things mode, because we've been saying the same thing, especially most of you have been in business for a while. Most of you are speakers, authors, coaches, consultants who are successful in what you're doing. You've been around a long time, doing amazing work, and we get caught up in saying things a certain way. The hooks we've learned in different businesses, the way we explain what we do. Well, guess what? You are taking all that into the TV arena, okay? You have so much in front of you. I want you to open your mind. And you're going to find new ways of explaining who you are and what you do. You're going to find new ways of bringing in different content into what you do. And one of the things that I will tell you is that, okay, we're having challenges again. Okay, we're having broadcasting challenges again. Okay. Okay, everybody. Well, we seem to be having some. I don't know what else to shut down here, but we seem to be having broadcast issues. So, but with this, we have 10 more minutes at the end of this particular episode, and we actually don't need to stay on for the entire time unless we have some more people joining us and asking questions. And Trish, did somebody from Facebook have a question or comment that we can answer here?
There were no questions or comments. They just put in some of their some of the things that they want to spend money on and some of the things that they want to do. And I've invited them all and given them the link, but they're still a little shy. But next week, I think we'll get them over that hump. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, they're on this program because they want to get themselves out there, and this is only episode 1, so it's just a mindset. We need to give a little time for it to settle and get things going. And everybody, there will be an email sent out on how to set up your home studio in a simple way. What you need is simple, equipment. Most of you already have, but we will be holding forums on Thursday, so you can come in and ask questions as we go. Because we're working on a lot of technology this week, I don't know that we will be doing it this Thursday, or it will be on Friday to those of you on the other side of the world. So just keep an eye out. And again, thank you for your understanding as we go through the technology growth period over here, because there's a lot going on. We're gearing up to go really big with this, and I mean really big. And I'm in conversations with networks where they're actually they're fighting over us right now. Just because of the content, the way we're producing it, they know there's a lot coming down the pike, and we're in. This is really important. We're actually looking to get basically a reporter within every organization. So if you're part of an organization, association, whether it's a chamber of commerce or a national organization or a global organization, and you want to be the designated reporter for that, that means what you do is you interview your fellow members, and you make that content available to us to go into our TV show. But also you could start the TV show within that organization. So what is that going to do for you? Well, talk about positioning. You're going to be the go-to person within that organization, because whoever holds the host seats holds the power. Okay, so especially if you're in business growth, if you're in marketing, if you're in anywhere where you're looking to get the bigger clients, that would be something you want to do. All you have to do is interview the other members, whether it's interviewing them right there at the meeting, or going to the place of business, or setting up to interview them online. You have many choices. So because you're in a program with me right now, you actually get first bids. You have to qualify. Okay, so and there's no charge really. So all you have to do is say, I want to be, and then we'll talk about what is it that you want to do. So then you can be the assigned in-house reporter for that organization. And there is a commitment. I mean, you have to go and interview people. So you have to show up for meetings and, let people know what's going on. And that will become part of our TV network. And there's some cool things happening with that. I'll be sharing those as we go. Okay, so I think that's about it for this episode. And any last questions or comments from our show hosts? I see head shaking. I'm going to go here. I see head shaking. No. Oh, yes, my goodness.
I do. I have a question.
Okay, go for it.
When we are home and we're set up with our lighting and green screen, I'm understanding that concept pretty well. What are we doing when it's time to go out and interview someone? Can you touch upon that a little bit when the time comes? Not necessarily now, but.
Well, when it's time to go out and interview people, you will do just that, because with the camera and the technology that you have, you can literally take your iPhone and put it on a tripod and be broadcasting live from wherever you are, if that's what you want. Or you have an opportunity to buy fancier equipment. But I mean, it's pretty simple. I have literally, walked into an event and pulled 2 chairs. I'm at a seminar. Pulled 2 chairs from the lobby together, and took my little a portable light set and put it up there and open up my laptop with the logo in it and interviewed people. And it looks like a very powerful TV show. As a matter of fact, one of the ones that we have up there did it just like that. Is Yannick Silver, and one of my reporters actually interviewed him. I didn't even do the interview. So there's all kinds of ways of getting it out there, and I will be sharing some of that when we go into week 4 as far as how to do it. But yeah, have camera, we'll travel, we'll interview. It's that simple.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, everybody. I'm Ann DeVere. This is Turn Your Show into Cash, and we're going to be having lots of fun and making lots of money together and making a huge impact. That's what it's all about. Get ready, get on the set, get paid, and make a difference. That's what we're about, and that's what this show is all about. And what you're doing right now, participate, because everything that we're doing is going to become part of the reality TV show. At the end of this, all this content is going to be edited into a TV show. It's going to be 6 episodes, 1 hour each web TV show. And by the way, at the end of this, our training, we're going to be having an award ceremony. So if you're going to be doing your show, you better start thinking about it, because there'll be different categories we'll be awarding, and there'll be prizes we'll be awarding. So lots of cool stuff. Okay, again, this is Turn Your Show into Cash, and until next week, make it a good one.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ann.
Ann.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you, cast members. Good job.
Thanks.
Okay. Let me, I gotta stop the recording.